For me, growing up in Galicia, bread is home for me. Bread is like a smell, bread is a tradition. We have like instead of a hero, like a local hero, we have a heroine. And she's called Maria Pita.
You want to, sort of, for our final point, talk about Galicia, sort of, and I guess I'd say this is fair. What it is, where is it, and just give us an intro to Galicia, because I would imagine most people aren't familiar with Galicia.
Yeah, so Galicia is one of the regions in Spain, one of the autonomous communities that we have, I feel like out of 17. It's placed in the northwest of Spain. So it's Atlantic Ocean, mixed Cantabric Sea, and it's just like in that very corner. So we are surrounded by water, I mean, at least 2 of the 4 sides. We are border with Portugal, and we have a lot of goods, a lot of seafood, really good good cow meat, and I don't know, it's I will define it as a land of contrast. Okay. People is really friendly, and it's not, I'm not saying it because I'm from there, I've been told many times, okay. People is welcoming. It rains a lot, it's cloudy most of the time, but at least it's not cold. It's always kind of like a constant kind of fall.
Okay.
Kind of. So you always have to go out with at least a little sweater because it's really windy. And where I'm from, like in my hometown, A Coruña, we have a really big bay, right? So there is a moment when you're just like walking on the street and suddenly you get to this street where kind of like the ocean comes from 2 different sides. So it's like it's windy, like your hair goes crazy. So it's always like something to take into consideration. Actually, it's funny, I'm just gonna mention it because La Coruña has stolen a lot of territory to the ocean, right? So this was something that was happening since maybe the 80s. Slowly, it's not like,
of course,
It's like not crazy,
it's
but
eroding slowly.
Yeah, but I know, for example, like some parking lots in downtown of my city, and it's like, I feel like right now we are surrounded by ocean. If you just like dig like 5 floors down,
you're gonna hit the
you're gonna hit eventually the ocean.
Wow.
Yeah, and also like something that I want to say about my hometown, La Coruña, please visit it. It's really cool. We will welcome you with open arms. Is that we have one of the the most ancient lighthouse from the Roman Empire that is still working right now.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. And it's called the Hercules Tower because the legend says that Hercules fought this giant and then he basically dig the head of the giant and on top he made this tower. And it's a really nice area because it's overlooking the city and it's like it's necessary at the lighthouse because all that area where I'm from, the north, we call it the Death Coast because that's the first part where the Atlantic hits. Yeah. So many shipwrecks happen. We have a lot of in the past, English people came there. They were like really good sailors. So that was like the access, but it's also known for the shipwrecks and the level of wildness of the ocean. Yeah. Many cliffs, many. It's wild. Definitely lighthouses are necessary. Yeah. And also just so you understand a little more, the ocean is a big part of our world, and something that maybe you don't know is that there's a thing called gooseneck barnacles. Gooseneck barnacles, Google it because it's definitely interesting. These are like seafood. I think it's seafood, but it's like a really weird type of seafood. It's like a kind of like a long, kind of like mollusk, if it makes sense, with a nail on top, and you basically open it up, squeeze it out, and then eat it. And it's kind of like our caviar. Okay. It's really expensive. Maybe a kilo, I don't know, can hit 200, 300 euros. I mean, it's not that you cannot afford it, but it's expensive.
It's still expensive, yeah.
It's expensive. Yeah. And the reason why it's so expensive is because these gooseneck barnacles grow in the rocks in the middle of the ocean. So to go get them, this is like a craft that I don't think I've heard of this in any other place of the world. There are it's more like common, not from the main cities in Galicia, but more like the little sailor towns. There are generations of people who are, we call it percebeiros, basically people whose only work is to get into the ocean against the wild waves, hitting into the rocks and getting these percebes or gooseneck barnacles out of the rocks. So yeah, that's why it makes it expensive. It makes it dangerous. For me, it's just kind of like the Galician stand perform, you know? But these guys are not that known. Like, I know that there are documentaries, and it's definitely interesting to check it out because they're risking their lives, and this is the way that they know how to live. Also, something that I want to add that I just came up with, Galicia is a really matriarchal society. Women have always been an important motor of the cultural progress. As the same way that I said, like the percebeiros who went to get these barnacles, there were also like a lot of women, how you say, like collecting clams from the, you know, like the sand when the,
Clams, yep.
Clams. So, you know, this was like some things that women tend to do. And also women were the ones who were ruling the factories to just like put together the nets. And even in another industry that I remember, in La Coruña, we had a really big tobacco factory, and it was the female tobacco makers. So that was like, there were some specific things that basically women took over. And it's not about liking it or disliking it. It was just like that it was part of the way, you know, it was like, this is our thing, this is what we know how to do. And this is just like little examples from history, but I feel like they really illustrate how, regionally we are known in the rest of Spain.
Was the feeling then in that case that women in a lot of other parts of Spain were assumed, obviously everybody had to work on the farm, but there was less of a sense of women working in crafts and in trades? So like if you were in Andalusia or you were in, you know, I don't know, Murcia or Extremadura or something, women wouldn't be working in a factory or they wouldn't be doing crafts beyond just, okay, you're on the farm.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't know the answer to that question.
That's
100%,
okay. That's okay. There you go.
But what I know is that in Spain, women made it happen. You know, like you cannot understand Galicia without the concept of the female protagonist. And actually, I'm just gonna say, because this is really cute, we have like instead of a hero, like a local hero, we have a heroine, like not the drag, like just the female. And she's called Maria Pita, which is something like Mary Chicken or Mary Hen. And this woman was a peasant who, I don't know, maybe it was like 18th century. She was living in Galicia. She was just like growing potatoes, just like trying to get through. And suddenly the English people arrive from the coast and they seize La Coruña, they kill people. And this woman told everybody else in the city, we cannot yield. We need to just fight. At least this is what the legend says.
Sure, yeah.
But she was the leader of the revolution.
Okay.
And they basically didn't allow the English sailors to keep going. And we have actually a cemetery for all of those who lost their lives there. And, you know, it's pretty funny because I know that it's really normal to go to any other city in Spain and see, like, maybe in the main square, like this figure of a guy, like a chevalier,
and he's on a horse,
and he's on a horse.
He's got armor.
But we have a woman, and she's like pictured in the main square of my hometown, in front of the city council, with like a spear and with with her feet on top of a English soldier. I mean, it's not that I support violence.
Don't worry, you're fine. Like, you're not offending me. I'm not.
It's kind of like nice, you know. It's kind of like a Wonder Woman, local Wonder Woman.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I mean, because you don't see it a lot. I mean, obviously Joan of Arc's the big one, but that's sort of the most common one where you'll see, like, if there's a statue, it's going to be Joan of Arc, right? Yeah. But yeah, that's nice. That's nice.
Can I say just like two more things?
Yeah, please. Okay. You haven't talked about bread yet. Talk about the bread.
The bread. Okay. Yeah. This is something. Yeah. This is really interesting. So for me, growing up in Galicia, bread is much more than you can think. Like, bread is home for me. Bread is like a smell. Bread is a tradition. Bread is this concept of, for me, it was like just going in the mornings, like on Saturday mornings, getting it with my grandpa and going to the bread shop.
Yeah, I mean, the bakery.
The bakery, okay.
Yeah, like the panaderia, right?
Panaderia,
yeah, it would
yes.
be with bakery. Yeah, the bakery.
I said bread shop because for us
That's
it's
still fine.
Because
like
it's panaderia. Like the name comes like not from baking, but from bread.
From
so
bread.
it's like a breadery.
Yeah, the
in
bread
a way.
store. Yeah, it's the bakery. Yeah.
And you know, they had like all this type of bread, just made in the oven with so many different flours. And I'm telling you, like the bread in Galicia tastes different. It's just much more spongy, and it can be made out of sourdough. But yeah, definitely if you go, oh my God, try it because it's gonna change your world. Like I don't eat bread that much here, but I feel like every time I feel about it, it just, you know, makes me homesick.
The bread's not good here, and my dad's